Welcome, dear listener. Before we begin our journey tonight, take a deep, slow breath. Let the weight of the day leave your shoulders. Allow your eyes to grow heavy, and let my voice guide you into a world of absolute peace and tranquility. Tonight, we travel to a place where time slows down to a gentle heartbeat, a sanctuary designed just for your rest. Deep within the forgotten corners of the world, far beyond the noisy cities and the endless rush of everyday life, lies a hidden valley known only as the Whispering Vale. It is a place where the sun sets in slow, painted strokes of lavender and amber, and where the night does not bring darkness, but a soft, glowing embrace. In a small, quiet cottage at the edge of this valley lived a weary traveler named Julian. For years, Julian had spent his days chasing deadlines, answering calls, and running through life as if he were trying to outrun time itself. His mind was constantly buzzing, a stormy sea of thoughts that never seemed to settle, even when he closed his eyes at night. He had forgotten what true rest felt like. One evening, as the twilight began to deepen into a rich midnight blue, Julian looked out his window. The air outside was perfectly still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine and damp earth. Driven by a quiet, irresistible pull, he stepped out of his door and walked into the cool grass. The earth beneath his feet felt solid and grounding, washing away the first layer of his exhaustion. He began to walk down a winding path that led into the heart of the Whispering Vale. With every step he took, the distant hum of the world faded into utter silence. As Julian walked deeper, the canopy of ancient willow trees above him began to shimmer. Millions of tiny, bioluminescent fireflies drifted lazily through the air, casting a warm, golden glow upon the mossy path. The leaves of the trees brushed against each other in the gentle evening breeze, creating a sound that resembled a soft, rhythmic lullaby. It was the valley itself, whispering a promise of safety and deep, uninterrupted sleep. Julian felt a profound sense of comfort wash over him. He realized that here, nothing was demanded of him. There were no tasks to complete, no problems to solve, and no places he needed to be. He was allowed to simply exist. The path eventually led Julian to the edge of a crystal-clear, mirror-like lake. The surface of the water was so still that it perfectly reflected the vast tapestry of stars above, making it look as though he were standing on the edge of the cosmos. Resting gently against the wooden dock was a small, silver rowboat lined with the softest velvet cushions. Knowing it was meant for him, Julian stepped into the boat and lay down. He did not need to row. The moment he settled into the cushions, the boat gently untied itself and began to drift across the glassy water. The motion was incredibly smooth and slow, rocking him back and forth in a comforting, hypnotic rhythm. As the silver boat drifted into the center of the lake, Julian looked up at the sky. A gentle meteor shower began to unfold, with shooting stars tracing long, glowing lines of silver and gold across the dark blue canvas. Each falling star seemed to carry away one of his worries. He watched a bright streak fade into the horizon, and with it, he let go of his thoughts about yesterday. He watched another star drift away, and with it, he released his anxieties about tomorrow. His mind became as clear and peaceful as the still water beneath him. The boat slowly glided toward the opposite shore, where a magnificent, ancient tree stood. This was the Tree of Eternal Slumber. Its leaves were a deep violet, glowing with a soft, ethereal light that pulsed in perfect sync with a slow, relaxing breath. Beneath the tree was a bed of thick, plush starlight moss that looked warmer and more inviting than any bed Julian had ever seen. The boat touched the shore with a gentle nudge. Julian stepped out, feeling completely weightless. His limbs felt heavy and relaxed, completely surrendered to the overwhelming urge to rest. He lay down on the soft starlight moss, sinking into its warm, cradling embrace. The ancient tree dropped a single, glowing violet leaf, which drifted down and landed softly on his chest. A wave of profound, unconditional peace spread through his entire body, from the tips of his toes to the top of his head. The whispers of the valley grew softer, fading into a gentle, rhythmic hum. Julian closed his eyes, his breathing perfectly aligned with the slow pulse of the glowing tree. He let go of the last thread of consciousness, sinking into a deep, beautiful, and restorative sleep, knowing he was safe, protected, and completely at peace. And as you listen to the fading whispers of the vale, you too can let go. Sleep now, dear traveler. Sleep deep and dream of the stars.